Today, the 21st of October, we did syllabus number 2, which is here. We talked about definitions, types of curriculum, syllabus, planning and developing, task analysis, and tonight evaluation. Some revision. So the meaning of curriculum is syllabus. Curriculum precedes, syllabus means to graph out or table something. Talked about what a curriculum is, overview, arching document, talking about the philosophy and just the broad details, and syllabus a bit more detailed. We did examples of both. We looked about how curriculums can be linear or concentrical, meaning cylindrical, cyclical, or regional, or it could be a unit or it could be a mixture. We talked about the 9 components of a syllabus. We talked about comparing a syllabus and a curriculum. We talked about the Australian curriculum. We looked at ACAR, introduced from 2010, and the states now all converted. So Victoria did have the Victorian curriculum, now we have the national curriculum. So we have EAL that way. We looked at the history of syllabus or syllabi, meaning a lot of them were vocab and grammar based, now they're more functional or notional based. We looked at an old curriculum document based on a lot of translating of what was perceived to be sophisticated documents and famous people. And then we looked at when we plan for a course, we have to write the curriculum document, but also have to do the scope and the sequencing. Looked at what scope is. Scope meaning just a statement saying what the course entails, and the rationale is why we're doing the course. And sequencing is the order. So we looked at sequencing, how you need to look at all these things. You go simple to complex, and then you look at what you've been learnt before, and then you do the either part to whole, or you do the spiral sequencing. So you go back, like for science subjects, you obviously need, and for English as well, what's been taught previously to scaffold up. We looked at the types of syllabi again. So situational, topical, functional, task-based. And there's other ones here, grammatical, lexical as well. And we looked at how to block up the syllabi or syllabuses. So we said that at Arndt's, our sister school, they do 4 units then the test week. And you can see, because usually all English books are 12 units. But for EAL in a high school, it would be genre-based. Maybe you do persuasive text, and then maybe do a play, and then maybe do a poem. Each term would be different. We looked at examples of syllabi. We looked at task analysis. So in a syllabus, if you have a task, you're assessing by task, we need to look at how that task is formed and what's involved. And the last little bit of our class was about evaluating the syllabus and the curriculum, as well as trends in syllabus planning, looking at Kevin Bain, Judith Grunert, Sharon Ann Bayoko, Barbara Gross Davis, and John Carroll. And then monitoring. So need to do, in order to work out if the course needs to be improved in any way. So according to Brown, curriculum designers should write performance objectives for some of the goals of the course, particularly where there might be misunderstanding of what is to be learned. So it helps to have a syllabus so they know what they will be learning. So when we evaluate, we need to look at if it's still relevant, still effective, if it's still efficiently taught, if it's still sustainable, so meaning financially okay, and the impact, is it still effective in the workplace? So if you're teaching hospitality English, is what you're teaching still valid and useful? And then we talked about how you can evaluate, talked about the relationship between monitoring and evaluating. So when you monitor, you analyze, and then with that, you get the results to evaluate with your team members to work out if you're doing a good job or not. So monitoring is to get the results, but evaluating is looking at those results. And that was the end of our class on the 21st of October for syllabus planning, lesson number 2.